Welcome to another episode of City Skylines, and today what we're going to do is expand the harbor. In the last episode we built this beautiful looking area over here. I've expanded it a little bit, but what I noticed while I was editing this video, what I didn't do is I actually placed like lots and lots of prop people, or I didn't place them, and that's what we're going to do right now. So because the last video was a little bit too long, I actually decided on skipping that idea. So that's something we're going to do right now. In this beautiful area over here we need lots and lots of workers. The same goes for over at this side, like harbor workers and stuff. And yeah, I didn't do that because the video was too long. What I did do is actually place like lots and lots of these cargo containers, or like cargo train containers and stuff, and other things where they can pour in coal, bauxite and stuff, because it's really close to like the bauxite, coal and iron deposit area of the harbor. So basically what we're going to do right now is start off with a little bit of prop placement of these prop people. And after that what I will do is actually expand the harbor. So let's get started with that. So first of all, what we need to do is actually grab a couple of people. We're gonna go for like redneck, maybe like some elderly people as well, because I like to have like a little bit of a different color pattern. And unfortunately, if you only type in like male, female, you get like the same old people, and that's really boring to watch. So what we're going to do is we're going to place like a couple of elderly people, or grandmas and grandpas, and maybe like a couple of adult people. These elderly people actually look like harbor workers. It looks like they're wearing like I don't know what they're called, but they look like harbor workers. So I'm probably gonna place like those. You can see, if you look really closely, I don't know if you can see it, but on my screen I can see like a small little cane over here, like where my mouse is hovering. But yeah, that's something that you have to ignore. I mean, or you could use a cane. I mean, could be a possibility. Just finishing it up with props, and I think like this, the most props over here, they look pretty nice. So right now this should be like the end of the people props, and we should be fine. So what we got going on is lots and lots of people in this entire district over here, and it actually looks pretty nice. I like it a lot. So what we have done over here is we placed lots and lots of people, and you cannot see that pretty well from far away. Like you can see like little dots, but that's it. And if I zoom in a little bit closer, you can see like lots and lots of people walking close to the water. We even got like morning traffic with like some trucks and some cars who are getting to work. We've got like a car that's trying to park over here, and some parked cars as well. And overall it looks really nice. The same goes over here. I reduced the people props over here a little bit because of the fact that we don't have a lot of people exiting the cars. They're already in their office. What I have done is I placed like these DHL vans close to the road. They're like delivering goods and stuff. What I could add in though is like maybe like one guy who's close to this thing, and the same goes for over here. And what I could also add in is like maybe a couple of cargo boxes. For example, like one crate over here, he's delivering a crate, and maybe he's delivering a couple of crates, something like this. That just looks a little bit realistic. The same goes over here. We even got like lots and lots of trucks already picking up their cargoes and stuff, and it looks really nice. And then at the end we got like the trucker stop, and what I've added in over there are of course prop people, and I also added in a Burger King because of the fact that yeah, people need to eat, and like with trucker stops there's always some food place close by. So that's why we placed in a Burger King. And yeah, what I probably will be doing right now is actually start on my next project, and that's continuing the harbor. So what I want to do is actually continuing the harbor. We got like lots and lots of flat spots over here what I want to tackle. And yeah, I'm gonna do that via time-lapse, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Welcome back to another time-lapse commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed the music in the beginning, and right now I haven't done a time-lapse commentary in a long time, so I thought I'd actually do one. And what you see me doing right now is actually in this time-lapse, and at this point is building up the oil company, like the oil distribution company or factory or whatever you want to call it. And I'm gonna say it in the video, I think one or twice. Every harbor has at least one of those in their harbor, with like a couple other things. And basically what you see me do over here is like building those pipelines, because when you have oil need to be transported, you have like pipes, and those pipes run everywhere. Like the pipes are the main concern for the company, and so what they will do is, instead of like building bridges across roads, they actually build bridges over the pipelines. And that's actually pretty funny, because of the fact that normally it would be the other way around, or you would actually bury the pipes like in soil and stuff. And with these companies, actually just let them expose, because when there is like a problem, they will make sure that they can fix it right away. But that's something you see in the time lapse right now, like I said earlier, building up the factory. And it has been awesome to actually build this factory up, and it took me a while to actually figure out what I want to do with this area, but I think it turned out really nicely, and you will see it in the end result. And after that I will talk, of course, a little bit about it. But what I want to talk about today is something that actually fascinates me, and that's the amount of assets you can grab from the Steam Workshop. It is crazy. Like, City Skylines has one of the most active communities in like the Steam Workshop. I think in Steam, like I think Counter-Strike Go has like 150,000 submissions. Planet Coaster has a lot, and I think City Skyline also has a lot, so that is actually crazy. Two of my favorite games has like the most submissions in the Steam Workshop, and there are some really great stuff out there. Like, you can see me use lots and lots of mods I downloaded from the Steam Workshop, and I was thinking about like the City Skylines Steam Workshop asset list and mod list and everything what you have on like the Steam Workshop over there. It is crazy. You have like assets for everything. You've got like the craziest mods, like get unlimited money. I mean, that's a pretty standard one, but there are some crazy mods out there what they can do. So that is actually crazy, and I cannot even comprehend that. Like, almost or more than 100,000 assets, mods, save games are on the Steam Workshop from people who build this. That is absolutely crazy to me. My question to you guys is, what is your favorite asset? What is your favorite mod? Just put them down in the comments down below, and maybe I will actually try them out, because there are some crazy stuff out there, like I said earlier, and I want to actually try it out. Also on the map Turner Mountain, maybe on a different map as well, or even like scenarios for that example. I mean, I can do some crazy stuff with like crazy mods and stuff. So let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite mod? What is your favorite asset? What is your favorite prop, for example? Put the link to the mod as well, or to the asset as well, to the Steam Workshop, otherwise I couldn't find it. So please do that, and maybe I'm actually gonna try it out. So that's it for me today for this time-lapse commentary. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's play some music until the time-lapse ends, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. And we are back. So guys, if you guys enjoyed the time lapse, and what we got going on is a first look at one of the intersections at the harbor district. The other one is over here. I will talk about that in a little bit. And this intersection just looks freaking awesome. I like it. So what we got going on is a little bit of a unique design. So first of all, let me actually pause the game. So first of all, what we got going on is actually two highways, one going into the city, the other one is actually going out of the city, are a little bit elevated. So the elevated highways will actually go on top of the normal highways with like the small little railroad in between. That looks really nice actually. So we got like a small little bridge, and then we got keys just to cover up the mess a little bit, because it just looks a little bit cleaner with these keys instead of like having normal mountains like this. What I still need to terraform, by the way. But yeah, anyway, but the highway will slowly get to the same level as the normal highway, and then they will join up. So what we got going on is how they can join up is they got actually a split. So you can go either the harbor way or you can get into the city. It depends a little bit on where you need to go. And you can go on top of the highways, or you can just straight merge with the highway as well. And what I've done with like these harbor highways, I placed like these intersection thingies. They're over here. I don't know what they're called, but they look really nice. And you see them on like every highway, at least in Europe. I don't know what's about in the United States, but like these guardrails, they're actually for people's safety. So when people crash into one another, they don't go to like this highway section. So this guardrail will actually get the car or stop the car immediately. So yeah, that's really safe, and I just placed them over here because I've got the room, and also because of the fact that this is the harbor area. Lots and lots of cargo has been moved or should be moving. As you can see, we've got like tank trucks, we've got like a couple of scrap metal trucks and stuff driving by, and if one of those gets broken down or anything like that, or misses his turn or something like that, it's not gonna go straight into like the other highway and cause a massive accident. So basically that's what we want to avoid. And what we also got going on is at this intersection area over here. So when people want to split, they can actually go this way, or people from this way can actually go out of the map. So what I like about this highway is actually we got a small little intersection with like a couple overpasses, and it looked really nice, especially with like these overpasses. They're like the 6-lane overpasses, and they were still a little bit too short, so I placed 2 or actually 4, so it doesn't look that crazy. And this is something I want to avoid. I actually did it on this side. You can see like it is avoided. Same goes for over here, so it just looks a little bit better. So right now this looks a lot better. And what we got going on is, like I said, these overpasses, and then at this area when people actually want to exit or join the other highway, we've got a small little garden. So what I really like about this bridge is that these rocks are supposed to carry the bridge up until a certain point, and then we got like lots and lots of small greenery and other things close by. We've got like a sign that says next exit is the harbor exit, and that's true, because the next exit, if you take this next exit, you will actually get straight into the middle of the harbor, but more on that later. But this area is actually one of my favorite areas of this intersection, because it just looks so awesome with like these rocks carrying up these bridges a little bit. Then we got like these overpass supports. It all makes sense. And what I also have done is I changed the ground to farmland over here just slightly, so it looks a little bit better. And I think, in my opinion, it just pops a little bit, and that was actually my intention as well. One thing what I shoot that in though is like, because of these these guardrails over here are going a little bit down, so they're not protecting. What I want to add in are like a couple of cones or anything, like they're supposed to be working on the road. So I'm probably gonna do that right now. And first of all, what we need is a couple of cones, of course, so we're gonna go for that. So we need a couple of cones, not that many though, and we're gonna place it over here, or at least close to here. Oh, that will actually work out perfectly, actually. Yeah, that will actually work out perfectly. So actually it looks pretty nice. I like it a lot. One thing what I should change are like these machineries, otherwise they're clipping through to like the safeguard rail, and that's not something I want. So we're gonna change them to here, and maybe this one to here as well. This one is a little bit lower because of the fact that the entire thing over here is lowered, and I think it goes actually a long ways. As you can see over here, right over here, people are actually yeah, like at the same height, so that means there's like a small little drop over here, and the same goes for over here. You cannot see the cones very well, and that's really unfortunate, otherwise it would have been awesome. But I can place like one machinery thingy over here, and then maybe with like a couple of cones just to mark that off a bit, we should be fine. You cannot see the cones that well, but at least it's a little bit visible, so that's a good thing. So let's move on to the other intersection. Let's take a look at the first intersection of this harbor. So in the first episode of rebuilding this harbor, I built also this intersection. Maybe you've seen it a little bit, but I didn't go in depth about this and I didn't show it at all because yeah, because of the time. I didn't want to make like an hour-long episode because I easily could have done that. But anyway, we've got this first intersection over here, and it's a little bit of a special intersection. I didn't want to have like some plain old cloverleaf intersection because nobody cares about that, and I just thought let's actually make some sort of a special looking intersection, and I think I did a pretty good job of this. And this is actually a fully operational intersection, and it just looks freaking awesome. You can see like trucks are passing by and cars are passing by and people are using it. Yeah, so that's a good thing. And it just looks freaking awesome. As you can see, what we got going on is two 4-lane highways going underneath this bridge, and then we got like two 4-lane highways going on top of it. In the middle of the bridge, they will actually split into half, so we got two 2-lane highways, yeah, either side of the bridge, and it just looks freaking awesome. So one 2-lane highway will actually continue and become a 4-lane highway again, and the other 2-lane highway will actually go underneath the bridge, and once again goes underneath the bridge, so it goes twice underneath this massive bridge, and it will actually connect it with yeah, another highway. So that's basically the idea, and they're actually mirrored, so it's pretty symmetrical and they're like mirrored and stuff, and it just looks freaking awesome. I like it a lot. It actually took me like an hour to think this out, but once I had the idea, yeah, it was easy to build. What we also have done is, because these highways over here are like really far apart, I managed to place like a small little railroad in between, and because of this intersection is kind of in the way, I built a tunnel underneath this intersection for the railroad. The train road goes underneath into a tunnel and it will pop back up over here. And then we got like, yeah, the train road will actually continue until here. So I will connect this train road up probably to like train road we got over here and a railroad we got over here as well. So at least people from this area yeah, have at least train access and a highway access, so they will actually sell their goods much more faster. And it also looks a little bit better. This intersection is like a really special, I think it's one of a kind. Maybe in the real world there's also some sort of an intersection like this, although I doubt it. It's actually, I don't know if it's practical. That's my concern, because of the fact that we got like merging lanes over here as well, so, and on this side over here. But so anyway, I think it looks cool and I like it, and I'm actually gonna stick with it. So let's move on to the harbor area over at this side. This is something we built in this episode, and let's actually get in depth with this. So what we got going on is an oil storage area. So in every harbor you need like oil storage, you need like cargo storage, and you need like mineral storage like iron and other things like that. So, or at least raw material storage like iron, coal, bauxite, anything like that. And we also got oil storage and other, yeah, fluid storage as well. So for example, this could be like an oil tank, but this also could be like a water or a tank filled with water. So that could be an option. But at least in every harbor around the world, they've got like these three things. So we got like yeah, the raw materials, coal, bauxite, ore, we got like cargo storage, and we got like oil storage as well. And from a distance it just looks freaking awesome, and you can see quite a lot of detail is still in this area. It just looks freaking awesome. I like it. This is one of my best builds yet, and as you can see, it just looks freaking detailed. Unfortunately, I downloaded some oil tanker ships off the Steam Workshop, and they're not supposed to be floating. I think yeah, the water messes things up a bit, and when I place it on water this will happen. But anyway, I think it looks pretty funny, like a floating oil ship. This one is not supposed to be, or this one is also floating. I think I placed this one the right way, so it's not floating at all. But then we got like water is not allowed in this little gap over here, so this one is some sort semi-floating as well. So I don't know what's up with these small oil ships, but if you look at this larger cargo ship, it's not floating. It actually looks like it's laying in the water, although with this amount of cargo it should be a lot lower, but still. We've got like the oil tankers who are pumping the oil from their ships into these huge tanks over here, these huge shell tanks, and also they're pumping it to probably like these medium oil tanks. And yeah, overall it just looks freaking awesome. Like the amount of detail I try to put into this place, it is crazy. The oil fences, or not the oil fences, but the oil pipes over here are all fenced off, so people cannot get through the oil unless they break the fence. And we got like lots and lots of decal. We even got like grass that's growing because nobody's allowed over here. People aren't mowing the grass and stuff, and it just looks freaking awesome. The amount of detail, like I said a couple of times, it just is crazy. And then we got like these little bridges built across them. Like, got the oil pipes running through, and then we got like small little bridges built across them. What I did with these, I think these dam breakers over here, or these breakwater ramps, and they go really well if you place them on an angle like something like this. Yeah, just built a small little path across. I use like these pedestrian roads, because these pedestrian roads over here can actually go up and down, and I think you cannot do that with these two-lane plain streets. So that's unfortunate, but at least it just looks freaking awesome. I like it, especially like with this design. We've got like the oil pipes running through, and sometimes these what are they called again, damn it, sometimes these breakwater ramps aren't connecting up that well. That's because I use a lot of the Move It mod, and then it sometimes will mess things up, at least in my game. So basically that's how it looks, and I think it turns out pretty awesome. What we got going on over here is one large oil tank once again, and I couldn't get the I couldn't reroute the piping, so what I did, I just went underground. So we got like these underground thingies, and they will pop back up over here, and then they will continue into like 8 oil pipes. And then of course we've got like 2 warehouses where trucks are waiting until they get loaded up with oil and they are getting on their way. What I also have done, and that's pretty interesting, is I placed like a couple of these weight bridges over here, or like in every station, so it can be completely automatical, like without man interference. So we got like these weight bridges, and when like oil is pumped in to a certain level, it will actually stop because like the tank is full. And I think like these amount of details what I try to place in over here, the same goes for over this side as well, that just actually makes it look a lot better. What we need is a little bit more grass in between the tanks. So we're gonna go for like a couple of these large grass patches, maybe even like a couple smaller ones, just to spice things up a bit and just to give it a little bit of a different look, because sometimes you can actually just do something like this, especially over here where no people are allowed. What I could add in though are like a couple of trees, because of the fact that nobody is using this. I probably could add in a couple of trees just to make it look a little bit more interesting. So what we could do is add in a couple of small trees. This one is way too big. First of all, a little bit more greenery. We could add in like a couple of these fir trees, or I think like, yeah, decorative fir trees. Awesome. A couple of bushes, because I don't want to have like too high of trees in this area. This one is actually my limit on how big I want to have trees, and it got a nice little overhang on top of this factory, so I will actually stick with that. And what we also could add in like a couple of these gravel options for something like this. So maybe at least something like this. I think that looks just a little bit better, and it also breaks up the terrain a little bit, so that's something I always like. And what we also could add in, because nobody's using this, we could actually add in a couple of rocks. That actually looks pretty nice, I like it. One thing what I also should mention is we got a small little office over here, and there are like 2 offices merged together, and you cannot even tell the difference. That's how great these 2 offices will merge with each other. So that's a great option and a great asset. You can see like it's supposed to be like 2 separate buildings, but it almost looks like they're like one building. So I really like that, especially like these bigger office is merged with this smaller one. It just gives that a little bit of a detailed height difference that it looks really nice though. So what we also got going on is a cargo ship, and this cargo ship is just picking up like oil drums or delivering oil drums. It depends a little bit on what type of thing you are running, what type of operation. And you can see we got like lots and lots of cargo storage, and we've got like a couple of drums that still need to be packed into like containers, and we've got like drums that need to be packed on pallets. So you can see this entire process, how it works, and yeah, how it actually gets into the boat. So I think yeah, I just placed it over here just to give it a little bit more detail. And one thing what I should add in though are like a couple of cars and stuff, what I probably should do right now. So maybe a couple of people over here just to make things a little bit interesting. And of course we need a couple of officers, yeah, to make sure nobody is smuggling anything out of the harbor. One thing what actually struck me while I was doing this is maybe we need some sort of an oil unloading station, because we got an oil loading station but we don't have an oil unloading station. So oil companies will get in over here, probably over here at this gate, then they will drive all the way over here and they can store the oil in this big tank. The oil unloading station is done. Let's start decorating. We need like a couple more oil spots and stuff, and I was just thinking about using these coal thingies over here, or these dark decals, just to give this a little bit of an interesting look. So something like this, and then of course we need like cracks and other things, because this is a rundown area. And I think overall it just looks freaking awesome right now. If it's possible, I want to select these people over here, and I just want to place them probably over here as well. And then we need a couple of cars, and then we are done, I think. So we're gonna go for a couple of SUVs close by, like this is some sort of a parking lot. I mean, that could be a possibility. So we're gonna go for a couple of parking areas over here, and then yeah, it should be fine, it should be done. So these two are actually parked inside the right spot, and this jackass is not parking in the right spot, but he got all the room he wants. So anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care and goodbye.